Welcome to another episode of Ingrid's World. I am thrilled that I am interviewing a rock musician. Meet Kevin Hicklin, a rock musician performing all over the country, who is a heavy metal performer based in Los Angeles, California. So get ready, listen, and learn about a life of a rock musician, producer, and songwriter. Welcome to the show, Kevin Hicklin. We're glad to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
So what is the genre of music that you play?
So the genre of music that I play, you can describe it as, it's rock music. Some call it heavy metal, but it's all based in rock, which is derived from the blues.
Ah. So tell our viewers about your background.
My background in terms of music, I'm a multi-instrumentalist, mainly a guitar player, but I also play the saxophone, I play the bass guitar, I play the drums, a little bit of keyboards, it depends on how we're feeling that day. But I produce music as well, and I'm also a vocalist.
Oh, wow, and a vocalist too. That's like amazing. Yep. So how did you get started playing music?
Well, when I was a kid, I think it was right before my 6th birthday, I was running errands with my beautiful mother. And we walked by a musical instrument shop, and there was a blue guitar in there, and I think I asked you every day for a month to get me that guitar. So that we made a deal where I had to take lessons early on. So that was like my introduction, to reading music theory, and basically what you need to get started, to efficiently play.
Wow. So that was your early days of playing music. And full disclosure to our viewers out there, yes, this is my son. But the joy is to really be able to bring to television in terms of what it's like being a rock musician. So you played the guitar at age 6, okay? And then you played the saxophone?
Yes, also, so in 5th grade in the school that I came up in, the music instrument program was amazing. So you got to choose any instrument to play in the school band. So I chose the saxophone. Again, for me at the time, you're introduced to different aspects of music theory because it's on a different instrument, but I had a little bit of a leg up because of my background in guitar and read music already.
Wow, wow. So now you have played in you've been a guitarist in many bands. Tell us about the different bands that you've been in.
The notable bands that I've done in Los Angeles, 3 by Design, as well as Dirty Machine. Also played in Weapons of Anew. They're mainly in Tampa now, but they were in New York prior. Currently, I play guitar in Boulevard of Eyes.
Boulevard of Eyes, oh my goodness. So, and you also teach music also?
So I was teaching music professionally for years, not as much anymore. I was teaching out in Pasadena, loved doing that. I was teaching the guitar, bass, and drums. Drums were the most popular one. Kids love playing the drums.
Wow. And yeah, because you were demonstrating about the whole idea about playing the drums and whatnot. That's really very interesting. We're actually, so now your journey as a songwriter and also a producer, wow, what's that about?
So that took a turn. I would say especially being a musician in Los Angeles, there's different roles that you kind of acclimate to depending on what you're doing. So I was hired by different bands where, like, if somebody, lost a member or somebody couldn't do a show, I would get a phone call. And so there was that aspect of it. But also because I've, had music, with me in my entire life. There's, certain ways where I see songs and just different understanding. And I've been very privileged to work with a number of brilliant producers as well. I saw songs in a very different way. So for me, myself, on my journey, what I started to do was to build my home studio. So that way I had a way to, get the ideas out of my head, demonstrate to different artists that would come, to me in need, saying, hey, Kev, I'm seeing this song this way. How do you see it? So that kind of like gets you into the world of production. Probably the biggest asset to that is being a multi-instrumentalist, because as a producer, you have to see things from many different positions, like how the vocals are affected, how the guitar is affected, how the rhythm aspect is perfected. So it's kind of like wearing all hats, like on a team.
Wow, wearing all hats. So you really have to be able to balance it and be able to, to talk to each piece. Wow.
Absolutely.
Do you have like a favorite instrument that you really enjoy playing? Do you?
Guitar is my favorite of all time. That's my absolute love. It's probably the hardest for me to teach because I love it so much.
Wow.
So, but yeah, definitely the guitar.
You are, oh my goodness. And so the question is, and I think my viewers really want to know, well, what legends have you worked with?
A number of them. I would say the most notable, very, very grateful to call him a mentor, Ronnie King. He's a producer and multi-instrumentalist. People know Ronnie from his work with Mariah Carey, also with Tupac Shakur as well. Cameron Webb, also another notable producer, known for his work with Motorhead, also Limp Bizkit as well. Also, one of my great, I'd say, professional mentors, when this became a real thing, when we started making a little bit of money, getting the bigger gigs, absolutely Chad Zaliga. Chad was the drummer of Breaking Benjamin, and also played with Zakk Wylde in Black Label Society. And currently, I'm not playing with him, but I'm playing with his wife. So in Boulevard of Eyes, my singer, Chloe Trujillo, she is the wife of Robert Trujillo of Metallica. So and shout out to the Trujillo family. They're just absolutely amazing.
Did you say Metallica?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
That's pretty big. Okay. All right. Congratulations to you. Wow.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to take a moment to look at the video that you were so kind to send to us. What are we looking at?
So what this clip is a clip from Boulevard of Eyes single, Razor Steps. So you're gonna get a little snapshot of the bridge where they let me have a little bit of fun and throw it out on a solo. So hope you definitely enjoy.
Okay, that sounds really good. All right, viewers, here you go. What strategies have you used to be successful in music?
I would say the biggest strategy I've used personally is just to be adaptable. Like I was saying earlier, you face many different scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Being an artist or working with different bands. So it's being adaptable. No situation is ever the same. But having an open mind and just being adaptable. That's the main thing.
So you had to be adaptable. So someone is out there, and I always ask this of our guests, someone's saying, oh my goodness, I want to do what Kevin Hicklin is doing. What's your suggestion?
Well, my suggestion is, start with songs. That's been my philosophy with teaching. It's been my philosophy in creating and working with different artists. Learn as much as you can about your instrument, and know that there's many different ways about it. I know many artists that are very proficient that don't have like a strong background in necessarily reading, but they're incredible with their ear. Some people are very visual as well. So there's many different ways, to get it done. Be dedicated. try to take in as much as you can. And the main thing is just get out there and meet people. Go to rehearsal spaces, go to a studio if you can, or just go to shows. That's been the big thing for me. I've been very fortunate with the people that I've been surrounded with or the circle I've been brought into. And that'll get you in the game and get you rolling very quickly.
Oh, so you say go to shows.
Yes.
Really? So what do you learn from what do you learn from the shows?
Well, you meet other people. So when, for me, myself, when I was coming up, when I was younger, one of the things with, being in DC is just not just professional musicians, but you had like a burgeoning punk rock scene. So like the spirit of punk rock is do it yourself. That's like the big thing. So you're going to meet a lot of very driven people that, they may have this, or they may have, a great drummer or a great vocalist. They need a guitar player. So you get to talk and you find out you have similar interests, or they may need you. So you're going to find people that are, kind of have, the same mission, to get somewhere with music. It may not be the carbon copy exact same thing as what you're doing, but it's going to get you active. And for me, being in those scenarios, I've been very fortunate where every single one of those experiences definitely attributes to where I'm at right now.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. So it all contributes to it.
Absolutely.
So, I always read about, that it's a tough industry to be in. So
yes.
Is it really tough to be in?
It is.
Okay.
The thing that we always say between other musicians is if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Because of the territory.
So it really is a tough industry.
Yeah.
So, and you said that the reason why you're able to do it is because you try to stay positive.
Definitely. It's what I love to do. There's, I touched lightly on it. You have to be adaptable. Fortunately for me, because of the way I was raised, work ethic has been the biggest thing. A lot of discipline as well. My thing is there are so many talented people in the world of music, but where, I would say my talent really, comes to the forefront is my work ethic. I put in a lot of work and a lot of time at what I do.
Oh, so you have to be willing to put in the work to be able to get.
You have to put in the work. Yeah.
So that's interesting, because I'm kind of thinking, because you do it with such ease. I'm like, oh, that's kind of, but not really, huh?
And that's okay if you're not. And I get a lot of people who go, "Oh man, you playing it, man? You must be having fun. You go to the studio. You guys are just hanging out in the studio." I'm like, "No, we're doing a lot of things. There's a lot of there's a rewriting going on. There's a lot of opinions that are involved. You're recording. So you're getting different take now. I'm learning new techniques every day, or different ways. That maybe I hadn't approached a part in a certain way." Or like, let's say, an artist needs it played this way. So I got to do the research to play, a different technique and incorporating that into what I do. So it's a lot of work.
Wow. What gives you like the greatest joy about working in music?
Absolutely, hands down, the people. I love music, and there's things that I listen to for myself, but there is nothing like creating with others, also performing with others as well. That's one of my great joys in music is performing, but also I would say greater than that is the interaction, between, other band members, other artists, and also from, the audience as well, the people, who support what you do. Yeah, absolutely.
So what are your strategies about staying, current and successful? I mean, what are the strategies are you using?
Anything and everything. I ask people what they're listening to. Constantly scour social media. I use Spotify Discovery. For me, early on, and it was kind of one of the rites of passage too, when there were more I'd say a prevalence of like record stores, I would just go to, like, if I'm, let's say I'm in Pasadena or I'm in Long Beach, I would find out like a record store and go down there and pick up like the city paper. 9 times out of 10, you're going to meet other musicians that are down there trying to, either get new music or trying to meet people around. So just staying involved in that, to keep yourself relevant. Again, going to shows as well.
Wow.
You're going to find out, who's doing some things. You may see or hear artists you hadn't heard before. So that's going to open you up, to a whole different world as well.
Wow. So it sounds like you have to just keep looking. So you go to a lot of different events and you're listening to their.
Yeah. Talking to people, talking to producers, talking to different artists. They may even tell, hey, look out, for this artist, or so was here. They work, So a lot of communication. So being open to that as well.
Now, do you ever go to any like conventions of music?
I do. So I attend. So it's called the NAMM show. So it's the North American Music Merchants. So what it is, the best way I describe it to people, it's almost like a car show when you add it to like CES, electronic show. So what it is, it's musical instrument manufacturers. They do like a whole trade show on what's going to come out in the upcoming year. So they do the NAMM in Los Angeles in January, and they usually do it in Nashville about summertime. So I'll be going to the upcoming NAMM in the upcoming January month. But why it's great is because not only do you have all these different companies, but then you have all the musicians who play those instruments. So it's like a big musical family reunion. You see people you haven't seen for years, people you've been on the road with, people you've done sessions with, so it's really a great time and a wonderful networking opportunity. I'll tell you that.
Oh my goodness. So you went to the NAMM show. So what did you get out of going to that show?
Well, I was also fortunate where one of the companies that endorses some of the equipment I use, they asked me to actually perform in their booth. So when I was younger, people don't like me saying this, but like we used to just sneak in just because we wanted to get in there.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No.
Don't be sneaking. But we graduated. Where I got invited to the convention over the years. I've probably gone to the NAMM show probably about 10 different times. In my second year, that's when I started getting invited. But then the most recent one, that's when I got asked to perform, and it was something I'd never thought about. It was a kind of a dream come true. I didn't know that I had, because you just have world-class instrumentalists. Like when you go, from all, from drums to guitar to keyboards, you have these phenomenal musicians, performing. So I felt very, very grateful, to have the chance to do that, and it was wonderful.
It sounds fantastic. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful, wonderful thing to be able to do that. So you have these great strategies about staying successful, and you talked a lot about that, and also being a songwriter, but what about being a producer? What's that about?
So being a producer is a totally different hat, because again, as an artist, you can give your take on things, you can bring out, your nuances, but as a producer, you really have to understand your artists and, just really get a sense of what they're trying to convey with their songs, or the things that are needed, like to bring that vision to life. And sometimes that person just needs it to be sonically there, where they need the production to be correct, where things, I would say in more layman's terms, so it just sounds great. So it sounds like, a very professional recording, or it has those elements, to create like a soundscape, so the song comes through. So again, like it's very much, I would say, the closest thing I can relate it to non-musically, it's almost like being a coach, because you're with your artist, you're saying, hey, you're great at this, let's go in this direction, let's, you may have a song where you're trying to do something, but like, you're talented at this, let's bring out more of that. So it's very much of that aspect.
Wow. Okay. So you really got to kind of balance all of that there.
Exactly.
So it's hard to wear that. And then the other part, and I would have to tell you, I was on, I was listening to some music, and then I actually was listening to music, was your music, and then I looked and I saw your name under Spotify as a songwriter. I mean, how does that happen? You know, trace us the journey of, you know, briefly about how you got to be listed as a songwriter on.
Sure. You know, I would say, well, you can do it on your own, but, you know, when you're getting into more professional aspects of it too, you know, again, for me, yeah, it's going to be different for everyone, but my journey was working with different notable producers.
Okay.
So they would show me different songwriting techniques. So when it came time for me, if I was working with an artist and they said, hey, Kev, can you know, we have this song, how would you do it? So that's time to shine on, you know, the lessons that I've learned, the experience that I've had, you know, where I can apply those techniques. One producer, I apologize for leaving this out. I also worked for Bradley Spalter, so that was very key for me because Bradley was strictly a pop producer. So Bradley worked with Vanessa Hudgens and also O-Town as well. Being a pop producer is entirely different from being a rock producer. So they're very, very vocal centric with melody. And for me, that became a huge aspect, not just in production, but also for my personal playing as well. So where I was able to add a lot, where people are like, hey, you know, we want to work with this guy. Like, he sees songs. So.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
How interesting. Very, very interesting. So we are seeing pictures here. We see a poster of this wonderful poster where your band was on Boulevard of Eyes, was on the cover of a magazine. How amazing is that?
Well, it's a dream come true.
It's a dream come true. We wish you.
Yeah.
And so how can we keep up on Kevin Hicklin? On, you know, where can we find more information?
Well, definitely on social media. If you use Instagram, IG, you can find me at KJ_everyday. So every day, but with some R. So it's ERRYDAY. And you can also find me on Facebook. Look up Kevin Hicklin, and you will see me either rocking out or see a very professional photo. So yeah, that's it. But also Spotify as well. You can, I would say, search Boulevard of Eyes. That will give you the current links, you know, to everything that we're doing, you know, some of the music that we're putting out. So we're very fortunate where we're in the position where we're putting out music yearly. So you can definitely find what we're up to currently.
Wow. Well, just phenomenal. And I'm so grateful to have you on Ingrid's World.
I'm grateful to be here.
And thank you for taking us behind the scenes of a rock musician, producer, and songwriter. I wish you continued success. It's been wonderful interviewing you. All right. All right, my inspirational quote is from Lenny Kravitz. I'm not trying to change the world. I'm just offering my gift that God gave me. And if somebody is moved by it, that's beautiful. Well, it was fun producing this show, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you will connect with me through Facebook at Ingrid's World, or follow the show at Ingrid's World VA in X and Instagram. Watch Ingrid's World anytime on Ingrid's World LLC YouTube channel and ingridsworld.org. Thanks for watching.